So before I start this video, I want you to make a few changes. In the project template folder, go into the public folder and cut this folder called src and paste it back in here. Okay, and in the public folder, you create a new folder called as scripts. Okay, so why we are doing this, you will be understanding in a short while. So let me give you a general idea. What we're going to do is the code, the newer code, the new standard code of JavaScript that we have in this file is going to be transpiled by Babel, and it's going to be pasted in a JavaScript file that we're going to shortly create in here. Okay, so first let me open up Babel. Okay, so I already have it opened up, and let me copy this code which we had written earlier. Okay, the code which were written in newer standard, and you see Babel converts it from the new code to the older code. Okay, so on the left hand side you can see there are a few presets that are checked. Okay, these presets, Babel uses these presets to convert this code. Okay, so since we are using React, it's the React preset is checked, and since we are writing the code in the JavaScript standard that was created in 2015 called as CS 2015, we are using this preset. Okay, so we also have to install these presets when we are going to install Babel. Okay, so to get the installation process set up, we are going to have to download another package manager like npm, similar to npm, called as yarn. Okay, so to install that I have to copy this command and paste it into command prompt. Make sure you're in your project template folder. Okay, so yarn is installed once yarn is installed, let me go ahead and install Babel as well. Okay, so the command to install Babel is right here. Okay, okay, so uh, npm is going to install Babel CLI, the Babel's package, and the version number is going to be 6.24.1. This @ symbol is going to lock in this version for npm to install. Okay, but since a newer version of Babel is available at this moment, we are not going to lock npm to install this version, but we are going to clear this out and clear the @ sign as well. Okay, so npm is going to download the latest version of Babel CLI. Okay, so now you can see npm is installing Babel CLI. So like I showed you in the Babel CLI website, we also need a few presets for Babel to understand what the code exactly is. Okay, so the two presets that we'll be needing is React and env. Env is nothing but ES 2015. Okay, so to install those local dependencies for Babel to work, we are going to install these presets React and env using yarn. Okay, um, but before that we have to go ahead and like initialize yarn. Okay, so to do that I have to type in yarn init command. Okay, so what this basically does is, okay, it initializes a package.json file. This package.json file is going to contain everything about the project. It's going to contain the dependencies used, the tools used for the project, and it's also going to, as you can see here, going to contain the project's name and other things. Okay, so I'm going to give this project's name as project template, and the version doesn't really matter, neither does the description, and the entry point is going to be index.js. Okay, to explain this is to explain index.js right now is going to create some confusion, so I'll leave that for a later class. Okay, repository URL. If you're going to upload your project into GitHub or Bitbucket, you can mention your URL here, and the author's name you can give your own name. I'm just going to give something. Okay, and the license is by default MIT. Okay. Okay, so you can see saved package.json file. So if you go and add your project folder, okay, you can see there's a new file called package.json created. Okay, so first it contains a JavaScript objects with the information of the project, and now we're going to install the local dependencies that Babel use. Okay, so to do that, we're going to copy this command. Jan is going to install this, and okay, so you really don't have to lock in the version here as well. You can just type in yarn add babel preset react. Okay, so you don't have to write at 6.24.1 and then space babel preset env. Okay, so now this package.json file is going to be updated. Okay, once it's updated, you can see there's another key added called as dependencies, and its value is set to another object which contains all the dependencies that we are going to use. Okay, so okay, the second update I wanted you to make is in your index.html file. This script tag was earlier in the head tag. It shouldn't be there because the code is going to run first and then React is going to run. Then the code that is within this file will not understand what React is, and it's going to cause you errors. So go ahead and cut that line and paste it after the React script. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is go into your project template folder. Okay, go into the public folder and go into the scripts folder. Okay, and create another app.js file here. Okay, okay, so you might have noticed a few seconds before there are many other files besides public and src. There's a folder called node modules. Okay, this folder contains everything. Okay, so you can see ES 2015 function literals modules. It contains everything that React or Babel needs to perform its functionalities. And this package.json files contains information about the project and the dependencies, and this yarn.log file contains everything that yarn needs to run. Okay, so it contains information about how to load this Babel helper call delegate or Babel helper builder react js6 package, from where, which link, and what is the version, and etc. All that's required for yarn to understand what packages you're going to use. Okay, so the next command that we're going to pass is this one: babel src slash app.js out file public scripts app.js presets env react watch. Okay, so what this command is going to do is it's going to take an input file. So in our case, that file is src slash app.js. Okay, so in the project template, okay, there's a folder called src, and in this src there's a a file called app.js. Okay, so that's our input file according to this command. Okay, so this is going to be the input, and Babel is going to take this input and convert it into the code which our browsers understand, and store it into our file which lies in the folder public scripts, and the file's name is app.js. Okay, so if I go into public scripts and app.js, the converted code is going to lie in this file. Okay, so let me run that command now, and this watch label going to always is going to always watch your input file and make the necessary changes in the output file. Okay, so I'll copy this and paste it in the command prompt. Okay, so now if you go into your script folder and go into app.js folder, you see Babel's functionalities have been performed and it's successfully transpiled the code. Okay, so one more change that I want you to make is go into your index.html file, and earlier in the source you had written src/app.js, but since we have changed our directories and renamed folders and moved folders here and there, so the right source is scripts.app.js, because the folder scripts contains this file which contains the converted code. So now the browser is going to successfully understand what we are trying to do, and it's going to display or render the code. Okay, so let's open another command prompt terminal and run live server public. Okay, first let's go into the project template folder. Okay, in here let's run live server, and let's give the source where our index.html file lies, and that's in the public folder. So when I hit enter, you can see the sample text from app.js shows.